Hey, so we're back with post round 7 coverage from the Eternal Extravaganza 6 Platinum Satellite at the Bearded Dragon Games in Bernardsville, New Jersey. And we're here with Jesse Machusak, who just locked up top 8. And he was on Colorless Eldrazi for the day. So, what drew you to Colorless Eldrazi for the day?
I used to be on Death and Taxes, but with everyone switching to Bug, I feel like Wasteland and Port become a lot worse with Leovold and everything. And Leovold seems to be everywhere right now. So I switched over to Eldrazi.
So, do you have any cards that like overperformed in your sideboard today?
The All is Dust. I run one in the main, one in the board.
Okay.
But it's usually an answer all, and if not, I actually run a one of main deck Ulamog.
Okay, yeah, we saw both of those come
Yeah,
in handy in the round 4 match.
Yeah.
The one that unfortunately you can't tutor for Walking Ballista yet. Haven't given us an Eldrazi Triskelion.
No,
we can
that
hope.
would be insane.
But that was a super tight match.
No, I had a lot of fun in that game.
Yeah. Do you have any good, not Endbringer, but what's the one that steals lands? Do you have any good
the Oblivion
stories
Sower.
with Oblivion Sower today? Have you
not
done
from
anything
today?
Okay, you haven't done anything like take a man land and then activate
past,
it?
I've hit Death and Taxes and taken their like Caracas to bounce their Thalia
Oh,
to
man.
stop shenanigans from me
That's
getting counters
fantastic.
on Jit. But usually it just hits like hopefully a Wasteland or whatnot.
Okay. And so
And it also helps me ramp into the Ulamog.
okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you've liked the one of Ulamog quite a bit then?
I have.
Okay.
It like what's it called, like against Miracles and whatnot when the game goes long, if they stick Moat, Blood Moon,
Okay.
Ulamog's usually my out.
Okay, so it's just like a Council's Judgment that costs 10
Yes.
and also kills them real quick.
Yes.
Okay. How often do you find yourself doing things with the manlands like the trick you did in round 4 on coverage, where you just like equipped a Batter Skull because you had 1,000,000 mana?
It doesn't normally get a Batter Skull on it. Usually it's a Jit.
Okay.
But I have had like occurrences where like I also run a Crucible of Worlds, so I
Okay.
could recur my Blink Moth.
Oh, okay.
And I've had instances where I get to like bring back my Blink Moth to chump block Flicker Wisps and Delvers over and over again.
Oh, that sounds really good. Yeah. And it gets to
It's the reason I chose it over Mishra's Factory.
okay. And it gets to do the same trick as Mistress Factory
Yes.
at a higher mana cost anyway, so you still get to always have your 2/2 on blocking duty.
I would say yeah, it's 1 power less for the ability to fly.
Yeah.
And I found the ability to fly is much more relevant.
Especially when it's going to wear an equipment like a Batter Skull or a Jite.
Yes.
Did you find any particularly tough matchups today?
Listen, I saw the Leovold decks getting a lot more popular, so I actually main decked for like the bug
Yeah.
matchups. So I didn't really have to go into the board that heavy
Okay.
for most of the games.
Okay. So you feel like you were like at least 50-50, if not favored, against the matches
Against
you played,
the
though.
majority, yeah.
So do you want to just run down, if you remember, the matches you played that we didn't get to see on camera?
I think I played 3 or 4 variants of Delver.
Okay.
I think it was like 2 or 3 bug, 1 Grixis, and I don't remember.
Okay. And
I also played against a Miracles player.
Okay. And you feel decidedly favored against Delver and a little bit ahead against Miracles?
I feel a lot more favored against Miracles.
Really?
Like,
Oh, okay.
I actually feel like with the Ulamog and the what's it called, the All is Dusts,
Okay.
I feel like I'm very favored against them.
Have you found that your other spicy cards, like the Endbringer, have let you draw a bunch of cards and things like that, or have they largely
The
just
best thing
died
I've
on
gotten
entry?
to do with an Endbringer came in round 6.
Okay.
I got one down. It got to immediately take out a Pyromancer,
Okay.
and then the next turn I metamorphed it to start taking out his
Oh
Deathrite
man,
Shamans.
that sounds very good. Do you ever draw cards with it, or do
Yeah.
you find yourself usually using
usually
it?
that's against like Miracles. I just try and
Okay.
get card advantage before they get to find
Oh,
the
okay.
Terminus.
So you just become the Monarch.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And the mana seems like it's buttery smooth, right? Like you just tons of soul
I
lands.
love having 16 to 18 soul lands.
Have you found that your life total has been
I have come near death with Ancient Tombs.
Okay.
There have been a couple situations where my only lands were Ancient Tombs,
Okay.
and I've brought myself very close to death.
Has that steered you towards more lifelink effects in the main deck, or were those things you
Kind of,
just would
yes.
likely play anyway?
It is one of the reasons why I main deck a Batter Skull.
Okay. And then the Jite you'd just be playing anyway because it just guns things down.
The Jits are just great.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other anything else from today? Any other super interesting stories? Anything you saw near you or anything like that?
I say round 1 was ridiculous back when what's it called? We ended up going 1-0.
Oh, geez. Okay. How'd that go?
He had a what's it called? A True Name with a Batter Skull and a Jit. and I had a Smasher with a Batterskull and a Jit, and we just kept running into each other, gaining absurd amounts of life.
Oh, geez. Okay. So, yeah. So that matchup just you basically one of you clipped game one. Obviously, it was you,
I got game one, and then
and then you just didn't resolve the other game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a similar experience last weekend where I was playing a Miracles Mirror, and we played 8 minutes after the round ended and still had no decision.
Jeez.
We drew, shook hands or
Yeah.
whatever, and played it out. And the next round got paired, and we were like, all right, well, we're done. We're never finding out.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to do it for our post-coverage interview here from Eternal Extravaganza 6's Platinum Satellite, hosted by the Bearded Dragon in Burnersville, New Jersey. So we'll be back with top 8 coverage, and we'll see you. Good luck in your top 8 match.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was nice meeting you.
You too. Ah.
That's fine.
That did not